Here we go now.
Good evening and buenos noches. Welcome to episode 2 of season 3 of The Lynn Show. This is The Lynn Show Goes Global. And tonight we're hanging out in South America with friends from Argentina and Uruguay. So I hope you've had your empanadas, and the Argentinians had the alfajores, and the Uruguayans have had the chajas, I think is what it's called. They're both like dulce de leche, really sweet cookie things, sponge cake, something like that. We'll find out when we get our guests on there. Okay, but it's great. We got a great episode already to kick off the season. And we're looking forward to a whole season of meeting young professional Jews around the world, talking about life, COVID, dating, history of the Jewish community there, and just enjoy the conversation. And yeah, at some point we got to get everyone together when this thing's over. So this is a little bit of like a teaser, a taste of this great Jewish community around the world that can just get closer and smaller the more we reach out. So that's what we're trying to do here. Okay, and we've got Purim around the corner, ready to happen. So it's a month full of joy. We'll talk about that at the end to wrap up. But there are a lot of great reasons why we should get the Jewish people together. You know, one of the complaints and the propaganda pieces that Haman used to describe the Jews' worthiness of extermination was that we're an am mafuzah mafurid ben ha'amim. We're a nation that is scattered around the world. Okay, and so what Esther said, she says, she said, go and gather the Jewish people, bring them together. So in this time of year, we're doing our part of trying to bring the Jewish community together closer. It should resonate in a powerful way right before Purim. And that's what we're going to do. So sit back and enjoy the conversation. We have two wonderful guests. We have Dalia Nakkab from Buenos Aires, Argentina, joining us. And we are going to have Rabbi Najman from Uruguay joining us tonight. And I'm looking forward to bringing them on. But first, a little segment of the history of okay, there they are. But first, a little segment of the history of the Jews in South America. So here's our moment of the news of the Jews. 1492, the Jews were expelled from Spain. So the first convoy of Jews over to South America, because they were Spanish lands, was through the expulsion. Interesting, the Inquisition, of the expulsion of the Jews from Spain were actually Jews, meaning Jews who kept their card-carrying Jewish identity. The other segment of the Jews in Spain were, of course, the ones that converted. They were called conversos. They were living as Christians. And then the question, of course, arose: to what degree were they secretly hiding their Judaism, or what degree were they totally assimilated into their host country? But the immigration, even though the expulsion was for Jews, card-carrying Jews, they were expelled. The conversos were allowed to stay. Of course, the Inquisition was there, and the conversos weren't so comfortable being there, so they also used the expulsion of the Jews as a way for them to leave. And the majority of the people that came to South America were actually in the early in the beginning of the 1500s were coming as conversos. Okay, but the majority of Jews came into Argentina much later, or South America, in 1816, after the Argentine independence from Spain. And I'm not sure about Uruguay, but I think it's around the same time also. So around that time also, in 1813, the Inquisition was abolished officially. And so the community was allowed to grow. It's the 7th largest community in South America, in the outside of Israel. In population in Argentina alone was 310,000, but it's dwindled significantly over the years, over the last 40, 50 years. It's about 180 now today. The doors were open for Jews to come into Argentina all the way up until 1938, but they closed. And we also know that there was a certain unstated, let's call it, transfer of Nazis to South America, to Argentina, and it wasn't so great, including Eichmann, who was captured there in Mengele. But it opened back up again, but since 1955, about 45,000, at least 45,000 Jews have left and emigrated. They will talk about what Jewish community is like. It is a dwindling with our guests. Famously, of course, in Buenos Aires in 1994, the Jewish Community Center was bombed. Over 85 people were killed and hundreds wounded. That was obviously a very serious event. The Jewish community in Uruguay actually is very interesting because in 1948, when Israel was established, there was a mass exodus in the War of Independence, a mass exodus of Jews from Arab and Muslim countries, and many of them, of course, went to Israel, but 18,000 of them actually came to Uruguay. Uruguay was a specific destination where they could flee, and the community there is about 20,000 today, and mostly based in Montevideo. So that's a little bit of the history of the Jews of at least Argentina and Uruguay. Of course, Brazil's a whole, all the other countries are whole other stories. Maybe we'll get that another time. Okay, so now it's time to bring on our guests and meet them in person. I would first like to introduce from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Dalia Nakkab. She is, hi Dalia, how you doing?
Hi, everything perfect. I'm here. I came in vacation with my family. I'm on the beach right now. I don't want to show it because it's a little bit messy, but that's all. We are in vacations now here.
Beautiful. And Dalia is 22 years old from Buenos Aires. Dalia is a graphic designer and community manager in fashion and social media field. And you're very involved in the Olami outfit there called Menorah. And all your friends, I mean, your whole social life is around that. You started about 3 years ago, and you wanted to go with friends to the Olami summit that ended up in Birmingham, Spain, in Birmingham. And you actually did a lot there. You won that. I remember you won that whole project. You had $10,000 prize. You made a kosher food truck that to go around to all the universities. So make sure we talk about that. We talk about Jewish life, about the Jewish university system there, to make sure there'd be kosher food. You love traveling, social media, photography. We're really happy that you're here to join us, Dalia. Anything else you'd like to share with us about Dalia?
No. Okay, we will see. I don't know. I'm so happy to be here.
And your last name, tell me about your last name. Where's it from, your last name? Nakkab.
They are from Damascus. I don't know how to say that in English. Damascus, like Syria.
Yeah.
We are.
Most of the Jews in Buenos Aires are Ashkenazis, about 80% Ashkenazi Jew.
Right? Yes, but like the most Haredim or
religious.
Yeah. They are like Sephardim, but the majority is Ashkenazi.
Okay, great. So welcome. Great to have you here, Dalia. Hope to meet you in person again soon. Okay. And joining Dalia from Montevideo, Uruguay, is Ari Najman. Ari Najman is a civil engineer at the city government of Montevideo and works in e-commerce and a manager at a center in Montevideo. He was married. Where are you, Ari? You can bring him on. He was married just 2 months ago. Yes, even during the pandemic. But what he does, hi, Ari, he's a civil engineer working.
Show your ring.
Show the ring. City Department of the Department of the City Government, and of course, work in the family business as an e-commerce manager. Okay, so excellent to have you, Ari Najman. Welcome to the show. And Ari, you and I could be related. We're trying to work out because my mother's side of the family is also Najman, Najman. And when I asked Ari to name all the places his Najman family is from, he basically named the same area of Poland where my Najman family is from. So we'll have to do that afterwards and work on it together. Okay, but we know that we're all related to some degree. 6 degrees of separation over here, and so we're just trying to close the circle. Okay, so great to have you both on the show. Let's get going. We're going to talk about 3 things tonight. We'll talk about COVID. We'll talk about greater Jewish community, and then we'll get personal about young professional Jewish life, professional opportunities, dating, marriage, which you need to know something about, Ari. Somehow you worked it out, so you'll be able to give everyone else the advice they need, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's start. First of all, Ari, you work in the sanitation department. I guess you're working in engineering there, and would love to just get from the two of you, like, let's talk about what has COVID actually been like for Jews there in Uruguay and Argentina.
Well, Uruguay is a small country, so first we learned COVID from the news. Much before that, the first people infected were here. So at first maybe we were shocked. for the first 2 months. Then we like get used to this situation. We were kind of really good up to November last year, and then started to spike the number of cases. And December, January, we were like really at home. I'm working from home for the last 2 or 3 months.
Are schools open in Uruguay? Is it lockdown is very strong?
No, there are schools, but the moment there are some cases in the school, that school goes to online, so it's like kind of messy. But we try to do the most presential on site as we can.
Have the restaurants been open in Montevideo, or they've been closed the whole time?
No, I think that maybe May they were open and they are still open, but less people go. We try to go to open spaces, but no, the economy is like working.
Okay, good to hear. Dalia, what's doing over there in Buenos Aires? What's it like during COVID?
Okay, at the beginning, it was like everyone thought it was a joke. No one cared about it. But after that, the government decided to do a strict lockdown. So we were like that for, I don't know, like 6 months. After that, people like fed up and everything started opening and like progressively. And now everything is opened, bars, pubs, restaurants. It's crazy. It's like there's no coronavirus.
Wow, are the numbers worse than other places?
Yeah, I don't know if worse because it's summer, so it's like less. But now on holidays, everyone goes to the coast. Now we have also a long weekend, so everyone travels, and they say that after that, this will be like a mess.
But it's basically you don't feel like there's COVID. Everyone's running around, no mask.
Right now, no. Everything is open. Gyms, bars, pubs, all.
Okay, don't cry for me, Argentina. Okay, we're rooting for you over there. It's okay because America, we haven't been able to figure it out whether we're open or closed or what we're doing. We keep coming back and forth. So, okay.
They say like in 1 month everything will be closed again. So.
Okay, you got to keep just going from beach town to beach town. Miami's wide open, so come to.
Yeah.
Okay, let's learn a little bit about what the Jewish community is like in South America where you live. Okay, you gave a little bit of the history, the Inquisition and all that fun stuff. But we know that. Let's start with Dalia, with you. The Buenos Aires community is the biggest. I think the largest community, the sixth largest city outside of Israel, the sixth largest in the world. So tell us about the Jewish community there, which has dwindled almost by half in Argentina since 1955, and from over 300,000 to 180,000. So tell us what Jewish life is like. Like what's the spectrum of Jews like, and what's the Jewish political and religious life there in Argentina?
Wow, I don't know from where to start, but yes, there's a huge community. Like my organization is Menorah, and it was one of the largest. Always that we go to an Olami trip, our group is like the biggest. I don't know, there's plenty things to do. There are a lot of Bate Knesiot, kosher restaurants. I don't know, it's like a really good place to live for a Jew. It's not like Israel or United States, maybe, but not maybe. I'm sure it's not.
Okay.
But I know you can be like Jew and live well here. When I was younger, there was a little bit more of anti-Semitism, but now I think everyone is talking about inclusion, and so it's perfect now for us.
Wow, and your friends and people your age are looking to feel comfortable staying. They want to stay in Buenos Aires. They like it there. They're not looking to leave.
Wow, it's a tough topic. We are all like comfortable here, but the thing is like economy here is a mess. So because of that, I have many friends that are trying going to live to United States. Also, there's a lot of people doing Aliyah, like plenty.
Right.
So yeah, like I'm also thinking about that. So I don't know. We'll see.
And the politics, like are Jews a very prominent part of the Buenos Aires population, the government, of the community there? Where the Jews? The Jews keep to themselves. The Jews are very assimilated, very connected
Um,
with
no, there are like all kinds of like there are all kinds. Politic in Argentina, it's also a mess. Everything is a mess in Argentina, but politics is like a topic, spicy. There's a lot of corruption, but no, like I think that like anywhere in the world, like Jews have. I don't know how to say that, but okay, they are like okay, and always also related to politics.
Okay, and last question for you on this is I'd like to
Yeah.
know what's the let's call it the religious level of Jews there. Meaning, we in America we've got it's like a drive-through. You get whatever you want, you know. But
Like
more traditional are they? What's the religious life like there?
the majority, like the numbers are traditionals. Are traditionals, but because I move and I go to a community that it's maybe more religious, I am in that like with that kind of people. But the majority people in Argentina, no, they are like not religious.
They're not religious, but they're traditional homes. Like they'll have Shabbat, they'll have the
I think Shabbat no, but but maybe sorry Yom Kippur, ulai maybe Kiddush Shabbat, but
right.
that's that.
Okay, great. And Ari, so in Uruguay, Montevideo, yeah, it's a very small place, a small Jewish community. What's the Jewish community like there in Uruguay? Is there any other place besides Montevideo where Jews are?
It used to be in many cities outside Montevideo, but nowadays I think that maybe just in two cities, Paysandú, Punta del Este, but really small communities. Most of us are here in Montevideo. Montevideo is a small city. I think maybe most of the people and most of the Jews in 20, 30 minutes drive, they are all in the same area.
Right.
And maybe we have
Is the community because it's small? Is the community very connected? You feel like you know everyone? They live close together already, not spread out like in Buenos Aires as much? You feel like everyone knows everybody there?
yeah, or at least the people that are inside the community, you know them. The people that go to maybe the Jewish schools and then to the Jewish youth movements, and then the people that you see more often, you know everyone. And then in the political side, there are some Jews there, but it's not like a necessity for us to be in politics. It's like a personal matter for everyone.
What has the Jewish community in Uruguay? What's the relationship like with the government, with the Uruguayan people? How can you describe that?
No, we have a good relationship. I feel secure having a Jewish life. I don't need to hide my Jewishness, my identity. But yes, we need to be like aware of our situation, but it's okay.
So your friends, like, do you mix with most of your friends are Jewish in the community you grew up with, or after university there's a lot of let's call it assimilation or branching out? I mean, what are young Jews doing there in terms of their social life?
I think in my case and the people I see, like the strongest group of friends is from the school, like all my life. Then you are like knowing more people. Yeah, it's kind of assimilation from that. the friendship side, but we all remain friends with the people we know forever. And I know with the social media, we are like in touch. So it's like, yeah, those people are there and we don't lose touch.
Is there a lot of connection between the different communities, Uruguay and Argentina? That obviously they're different countries, but they're not so far. There's a lot of crossover between the communities,
Yeah.
families. Yeah, Dalia.
Yeah, we have made like Shabbatonim together. I know Ari from many activities. So yeah, we are
And I
pretty
think,
close.
and I think that more and more we are engaging more the communities. Uh, Maybe those trips that we made together make us wanting to meet us again with other group of people.
Right.
And yeah.
Beautiful. Now, first of all, I'd say let's show a picture because Ari, you just got married 2 months ago. Okay, so we want to make sure your wife knows that you are very, very specific. That we got to get the good picture up on the screen so people can see it. Okay, how did you two meet? Mazel tov to you, by the way. Mazel tov. How did you all meet? Let's get the picture up there, Michael. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Where did you two meet?
We met in our Jewish community. It's called Yavne. We are part of Olami, and we have some trips. And before one of those trips, we have activities together, and we meet there in those classes.
But she's from Montevideo, also.
Yes, but I have never seen her before.
Oh yeah, okay, good. See, that's I guess you have to find the one you don't know. That's your age, right? Okay, Mazel tov to you. Beautiful. What?
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about young professional Jewish life in Argentina and Uruguay. First of all, I want you to weigh in. Like, let's talk about the job markets. You find that people are getting the jobs that they want. They're fulfilled, or young people looking elsewhere. Really, is the market really available, and people really getting what they're looking for? Dalia, we'll talk with you in Buenos Aires.
Okay, I think that despite the economy is not working well at all, always for us the Jews it's easier to get jobs because we always have contacts. Actually, my work, like my actual work, I got it from Ari Berim, who is my Rav from Menorah. So yeah, like we have contacts, and I'm a graphic designer, so there's always someone who says me, okay, my cousin needs graphic designers, and it's like, at least for me, is so good. Like you move in the same like place.
Right. I don't know if we have. I mean, as a rabbi here, it's more Manhattan, Olami, New York. I'm gonna offer jobs to everyone, of course.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what happens. Like my friends from Menorah, like half of them got their jobs from someone or from a rabbi from Menorah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
The
cool.
rabbis charge headhunting commission. They take that.
Yeah, of course. If he doesn't, he should.
Right. How about you, Ari? What's it like? What's like in your community? What's it like for young Jews there, professionally?
I think at start Uruguay is a small country, a small economy. I think it's not so easy to get a job you like. But I think that with through the years, maybe you change job, you have some experience, and then it's easier to find a job that you like more. At least the people I know, they are like kind of comfortable with their jobs. So at first, when you leave university, it's like where am I going? But then you find a path, and it's okay.
Do people your age want to get out of Montevideo, maybe go to Buenos Aires, go to some place with a much larger Dalia saying, come on. Are people leaving? They want to stick around.
Yeah, they're leaving, so we need new ones.
Yeah, many people leave. Some people go out for a year, maybe to Europe, to Australia, and then come back, or others stay many years. There is many people that go to Israel, but there's also, we realize that in Uruguay you can live certain type of life that it's good. So maybe some people consider staying here.
Right.
And yeah, those are my friends, and most of them here are still in Uruguay. Yeah, one.
So that's a
one
good story. That's a nice looking bunch of guys, friends you have there. So let me ask you a question. What's like dating like, during COVID and like, or in Uruguay, I mean, you met your wife and surprisingly, you didn't know her. But what's it been like? What's the Jewish dating scene like in Uruguay? Do people branch out, or Uruguayans marry Uruguayans?
I think mostly Uruguayans marry Uruguayans. There are some cases of people going to Buenos Aires,
right,
or Argentinians coming here. So there are many of those marriages. But I think that now those apps of connecting people, I don't use it, but I say to my friends, I like Instagram.
but I'm assuming all those good looking guys we just saw, all those guys, they go on the dating apps, and they're probably going to just see the same girls that they knew growing up, because it's all location based, and they're all the same dating apps. They're going to see the same guys that were growing up. Yeah, it's kind of.
But those apps keep you engaged with the going every day. So I don't know exactly what they do, but they are fine.
Okay, I think maybe through Olami we just got to open up our own dating app and just go around the world. Like we got enough people, right?
We must do it. Yeah.
And Dalia, what's it like over there in Buenos Aires? You're 22 years old, right?
Yeah.
What's it like for you and your friends there?
Okay, it's like Corona time has been a tough time because all of us are in the age like starting dating, getting married, and suddenly this came up, and okay, everything stopped. Bars were closed. At the beginning, nobody dated nobody, but the months passed. So I have many friends who started like dating in pandemic. It was so like funny because they were like the date was itself being in the car. Like I don't know, it's like thinking, changing. I don't know. It's weird, but nowadays people continue going out. We also in Menorah, what we do is to do plenty of activities to young people to know each other. So yeah, there are many of couples that met in Menorah actually. But okay, yeah, I think it's tough, but I don't know.
Do you gotta import the picture of Ari's friends, all those guys, bring them into Buenos Aires. There's good looking guys over there.
Bring them. No, but what I think that is because the majority are traditionals. Those who are maybe a little bit more religious, for example, Shomer Shabbat.
Right.
I think there are more girls. That's a topic that we always discuss with our friends. I don't know if in Uruguay is the same and in New York City, but at least in Buenos Aires, what we say, like girls like me, what we say is like there are more girls than guys. So I don't know. So bring them, Ari.
The more traditional you get, you're saying, the more the girls are signing, because the women are smart. They understand you have to lead a responsible.
Maybe you don't know, but Montevideo and Buenos Aires are really close, and for us it's like a really good trip to go for a weekend to Buenos Aires.
Okay.
So when this finished, we need to continue doing this.
Right. Well, it seems like in the world out there, in the world out there of dating and relationships, it seems that COVID is actually getting the guys that start making sense in the world, and instead of what they were doing before, because everyone's been locked down and cooped up, so men have become more aware of relationships and they are desiring more to settle down a bit. So we're hoping that we can balance those numbers out once Ari's done convincing all his friends how great married life is. Right? They'll get the picture, and then we'll bring them. We'll do a Shabbaton in Buenos Aires, and you'll invite me down to come because it sounds like all the bars are open and all the restaurants open and the beach is open, and I can't say that about New York City. I wish I could.
We need to organize something, Dalia.
Yeah, for sure. After that, I call you.
Okay, you got to keep us posted. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
But I've really enjoyed speaking with you. Thank you so much for sharing. I just want to, we'll keep you here on the screen, but we have Purim next week, and like I said at the beginning, our haters in the story of Purim would accuse us of just being everywhere. We're dispersed, but we took that. I mean, they're thinking, politically we're all over the place. Whatever it is, I don't. It's hard to understand why the anti-Semite, like they said, he went to the king. He says, "Listen, let me just get rid of them because they're all dispersed and all over the place." I don't know why. It doesn't make sense on a surface level why that's such a great critique. If they weren't, you still hate the Jews. Why did that make a big difference? But for us, we know that that's what Queen Esther picked up on, and that's what she wants to teach us: is that we're not unified, and we're not together. And when the nation is not unified, and we're not together, maybe we're giving up the privilege of what it means to be part of the Jewish people. Maybe we have to carry that identity and carry that flag with us in such a strong present way that when we leave that behind, or when we don't pay attention to it and don't love it and embrace it, then why are we part of the Jewish people? Right? The people have to be unified, and we have this amazing ability to have stayed connected no matter where the diaspora has brought us, to every corner of the globe. And that's, to me, what's personally exciting about being able to meet you and about having the show every week with Jews from different corners of that globe, and to make the world smaller and realize, like, we've got to take advantage of the mind space we have during the pandemic. We have to take advantage of the technology. My wife's from England. Marriages can work. We can meet people. Jews can meet Jews around the world. We'll figure out the language barrier. Okay, everyone's good with languages these days. But there's a lot we can do to make the world a smaller place. But we're in the month of Adar, and we're told that Misha Nichnas Adar Ma'abed Simcha, that when Adar rolls in, when the month comes in, we have to raise our game of joy, and we have to have more simcha in our life, and more smiling, and more fun, and more and enhance our lives and feel it, because in a week's time we're going to have the holiday where the only job is to fall in love with being a Jew, fall in love with Jewish history, fall in love, and just see the chessboard that God has put us on every corner of the globe, and how you got to South America when your parents came, your grandparents came, and my grandparents came from White Russia over. However we got here, but we haven't been forgotten. And where every piece of the Jewish people, where every piece is, it's there, and it's still connected to its roots. And that's what we have to celebrate and love this coming Purim. So, well, if you want on Purim, when you're good and if you get good and drunk on Purim, you'll send me, you'll FaceTime me, no problem. I'd love to say hi and wish you.
Remember us.
What?
Remember our faces when we are drunk.
Yeah, I remember. We got the same name. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming on. I just for people who are watching and listening, just know that in Manhattan, we have Shabbat meals ready to go on order, just a couple of clicks away. It gets delivered to your door. So you're stuck indoors, or we have to, around only close friends and family, then we want to find ways to help enhance your Shabbat experience with two great catering options from good friends of ours in the kosher business, Sage Kitchen and Sova Catering. And please avail yourselves of that service and enjoy and enhance the Shabbat experience any way you can. And yes, if you're vaccinated or you got the antibodies, you can invite some like-minded or antibody people over. Let's do it. Let's start building it back up again. Okay, thank you for joining. Dalia and Ari, thank you for joining. I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do. I look forward to seeing you on another Olami trip soon. God willing, we should all be together very soon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for inviting.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.